For years, we were on what I like to call the real estate content treadmill. And it looks something like this. Basically, you spend a whole bunch of time researching a video that you want to make. And then you make the video, and then you spend a whole bunch of time editing it, and then you post it. And a lot of the times, let's face it, it absolutely flops. So then you decide, I need to do a second one because the first one was terrible. So you spend all this time doing this over and over again. And ultimately what happens is you end up running in place in your real estate business because all you're doing is producing a bunch of mediocre content, but you're not doing the things that ultimately help you grow your business, like reach out with clients and build relationships with people, networking, and all those type of actual income generating activities. Last week, I wrote an article in Inman magazine about how we lost a listing to our own AI automations, and now how we use AI and leverage it in the right way to give us more time to actually do the income generating activities that we need to do to be successful within our real estate business. And I had a lot of people reach out and ask, how are we utilizing AI in a manner that helps us create social media content? So I decided I would make this video. You see, ultimately, in today's ecosystem of lead generation and real estate social media, if you want to compete and be successful, you really have to be creating content at scale. But the problem is, if you don't have the resources to hire a social media manager and a video editor and all the people that it takes to make it happen, it's really, really difficult. Now, a lot of people have transitioned to, hey, I'll use AI, which is a great idea. The problem is that they're putting out a lot of content that just doesn't sound like them because it's very clear that it was AI generated. And let's also face it, we've all read that Facebook post that's AI generated, and it really loses its luster because it really doesn't provide us the value as soon as we realize it was just AI generated. So what we've done is we've come up with a system that really allows us to scale our content out without using a video editor and a social media manager and all those type of people, and using AI, but get it to spit out things that sound like us. So here's an example. Basically what I'll do is I will take one short form video that I'll film in the morning. I'll then turn that into a blog post that we can post to our website. I can then also take that video and turn it into an Instagram carousel post that then we can post to Instagram. And I can also take that video and make it into a nurture email that we can send out to our database to nurture our clients. Now, ultimately, I've made all these pieces of content, but I've really only made one. And the key to this is teaching AI how to sound like us when we give it a prompt and want it to do something for us. Now, I'm going to take a quick break here and say, if you're new to AI and you don't quite understand prompts and how they work, I highly recommend that you use originality.ai. They actually have a prompt builder that is really, really helpful. And basically what it does, it allows you to type out what you want AI to do in just plain text English, and then it will generate the prompt for you. And the really cool thing about this is it's pretty much free. You are limited on how many you can do per day, but to be honest with you, I use AI a lot and I've never exceeded that limit per day, so I've never had to pay for it. So if you're new to it, I highly recommend that you utilize this tool because it will really expedite your learning process and allow you to jump right in and start using AI right away. Okay, now back to how we're utilizing it. So this whole premise is based off the fact of, if you give AI data, it's really good. The problem is if you don't give it data, then it sounds robotic. So before we actually ask AI to generate any type of content for us, what we do is we upload 5 to 10 short form video transcripts to the AI chat software. And basically we just tell it, we want it to analyze these 5 to 10 video transcripts. We want it to look at word choice, tonality, all the things that make it sound like you, so that then when we give it a prompt for what we want it to build, it knows what we sound like. So here's how it works at scale for us. So let's say that we want to create an Instagram carousel post from one of our video transcripts. The first thing that we do is we go into Canva and we create all the slides with no text, but we create all the slides that we want, so however many number that is, and then we leave that in Canva. And then we go back to our AI software. We really like to use ChatGPT, but you can use Google Gemini or any of the AI software. There's a ton of them these days. But all we do is, before we actually tell it that we want it to create that Instagram carousel post, we'll upload those transcripts and tell it this is how we want the actual Instagram carousel post to sound. So then once we do that and it analyzes all those video transcripts, so it has a pretty good idea of what we sound like, then we'll give it another prompt and we'll tell it, okay, now we want you to take this video transcript and create an Instagram carousel post based on the following criteria. And that's when we'll tell it how many slides we have, how many words we want per slide, all those type of things. And then basically it will spit it out. And then all we have to do is go back into Canva and we can copy and paste straight out of ChatGPT into the Canva slides, download it. So now we've created a Canva carousel post off one of our video transcripts. And because we taught AI to sound like us, it doesn't have that robotic sound and it really sounds like it came from one of us. Now, this has absolutely revolutionized our business because it's allowed us to basically scale our content creation out exponentially without having to hire video editors, social media managers, and all those type of people. So we've been able to keep our profits still high. We've been able to become much more efficient, and it's allowed us to create content at scale so we can compete with some of the big players in our market that have huge budgets. One warning with this, obviously, anytime you're using AI, you want to verify that what it's actually spitting out is good. You don't just want to blindly copy and paste it over because let's face it, there's compliance issues, there's fair housing type stuff, all those type of things. You want to make sure that it's on point so you're not getting yourself in trouble. But utilizing this technique has absolutely revolutionized our content creation process and really made us much more efficient and allowed us to compete on a much bigger scale.